You're watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick with CBT News. Thanks so much for tuning in. As we step into the new year, the focus on ensuring profitability in your F&I department is key. Adam Marburger, who is the F&I coach and president and CEO of Ascent Dealer Services, joins us now to discuss F&I today and what that looks like. And Adam, thank you so much for joining us on the show. So 2024 should be another good year in automotive. What are some of the trends that you're following right now?
What I'm finding is we're committed to training. We're committed to training like never before. Profit margins on the front are starting to catch back up to, I don't know what normal is, but let's say pre-COVID. And we're training. We're getting better. We're converting more cash. Interest rates are high. There's areas of focus right now, and we're just training. We're grinding, and we're having a lot of fun as well.
What are you hearing from dealers? What are they seeing on the showroom floor?
What we are seeing is, a lot of it from just the finance side of things is controlling the financing is difficult. And, you got a customer that's writing a check opposed to paying 8%. And
Right.
Historically, the cash transaction is a little bit more difficult of a transaction to sell F&I products to.
Right.
So we, we got to start using human psychology, common sense, and start building real value in our products.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And are dealers feeling as confident about F&I and its back-end profit as they did maybe 2 years ago? We saw some record highs in F&I. Are they concerned that they might be losing that, or what does that look like?
There's some concern. There's no question that there's some concern, but all of our projections, we're looking at an increase this year. We're not going backwards. Some of our stores, many of our stores are looking at our front end margins, and we're forecasting less profit per transaction on the front, hoping to pick more market share up and increase F&I profitability. So there's pressure on us. I know us and our accounts, there's more pressure than ever before to get increases this year. We're looking to go forward, not backwards.
Yeah. Have you heard of any kind of a tightening of credit out there due to some of the economic constraints?
Absolutely. Banks aren't buying like they were. Things have gotten really, really tight. It's not easy right now. I do stay optimistic and hopeful that things will get better.
And what about the terms? Will we see extended terms? Where they are right now, 72, 84 months seems to be the norm. Are they going to go beyond that? Are we going to start seeing 120-month loans out there to keep up with the high cost of vehicles?
There are a couple of lending institutions out there, especially with luxury, ultra luxury, that you can go out 120 months. You
Wow.
find that. Do I see 96 coming in the future? Here's the thing. Look at what the average car payment is now. Folks have to afford the car payment, right? Like me, I used to trade every year, every 2 years. I used to be in and out of demos. Now I've been driving the same SUV for 3 years and I like it. I don't see myself trading out of it. I'm a car guy. I'm a recovering finance manager. But do I see extended term in play? It has to be, because we have to fit it in the consumer's budget, period.
Yeah. And what about leasing? We saw, obviously, prior to COVID hitting, leasing was, 30, 35% out there. And then after COVID hit, it dropped down substantially for a number of different reasons. But where does that stand today?
Well, I'm hoping that we see an increase later this year. I'm hoping that the manufacturers will have subvented rates, special leases. Right now, the money factors across the board aren't great. A lot of our accounts, we're not leasing like we were, but we hope that we see an increase in that later this year.
Yeah. And what are the most popular products sold in an F&I office today?
Well, service contract's always the engine that pulls the train. We are heavy emphasis on prepaid maintenance. The non-charge backable products that add value. There's some really wonderful chemical products in the marketplace. Not going to name drop. I'll be agnostic. But there's a lot of really, really great products for the interior and the exterior that are profitable as all get out in reinsurance, and it provides a lot of value to the customer. So we're really big on the chemicals. We love the bundle products. Anytime you can bundle a wheel and tire, key, ding, dent, those products together, brings the cost down, provides value to the retail customer, and it's also profitable.
Sure. Where are today's F&I managers coming from? Do they have to come from the showroom floor as they have for the first 100 years of the automotive industry? It seems like, unless you proved yourself as a good salesperson on the showroom floor, you had no chance of, rising in or getting into F&I. Is that still the case, or are we seeing other opportunities where people can jump from maybe a banker's position or a mortgage broker or what have you and jump into the F&I office?
I'm not going to speak for any other entity or any other agency, but we've had massive success pulling people from rental car companies, ex-bankers, people from the outside. Give me a young, recently graduated college student that's never been in the car business. Let us train them properly from the get out. Now, do they need to understand sales? Do we want them spending maybe some time shadow on the floor to get the vernacular, get the vocabulary, understand the psychology of a sale? Yes.
Right.
But the answer is no. Like I said earlier, I'm a recovering F&I manager. Okay, I spent my whole life in retail. If you would have asked this question 15 years ago, I'd say, Jim, what are you drinking, brother? I mean, it's too early.
Yeah.
You need to be in sales first, and then get into F&I, then go to the sales desk. From an F&I position, I think we can train a lot of different entities for that. There's a lot. We can bring somebody from the outside for that position that's never been on the showroom floor before.
Right. And are you getting an approval from the dealer principal on doing that? Because oftentimes dealers are, hey, wait a minute, that person, that guy or girl's got to spend some time selling cars.
Dealers that have a growth mindset, that are open-minded, that are proactive, love the idea.
Yeah.
Dealers that are set in their ways and they're not investing in training and they're not open-minded, they're going to do it the way they've always done it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So yes, the answer is for the dealer that's open-minded, they're open to those things.
Sure. What's your take on these dealerships that have moved to a one-person structure that says that, we're going to have this person that sells the car and also arranges and acts like the F&I manager as well? Is that something
I like it.
Talk to me about that.
I like the model. I mean, it depends on the culture of the store.
Yeah.
And it depends on the accountability and the training that comes along with that. Remember something. We have a hard enough time training a single F&I person. Now you got to train 12 salespeople to be F&I people as well. That could be difficult. It's process.
Yes.
It's process, accountability, and consistent training, love, and support. If you have that, you can scale that model.
Yes.
And it works well because consumers like that model. Consumers like the model.
I know. If tomorrow you became an automobile dealer in a major metro, what arrangement would you have? Would you have the traditional F&I manager, or would you go to a one-person structure?
I would have a traditional F&I model that's more of a hybrid. I want transactions completed in 15 to 20 minutes. I want full transparency on products. I want my salespeople understanding the process. I want everybody rowed in the same direction. However, I do want a nucleus, and I think there's an F&I director that knows how to hang paper at a higher level. I don't trust just anybody to really hang paper. I want the experts doing that. But I would have a traditional model that's got a hybrid approach to it, if that makes sense.
I spoke to one dealer group that says they've got an arrangement where they have a centralized F&I manager where they're literally using Zoom calls to actually take care of the customer that's in the box, whether it be due to scheduling or an overflow, whatever the case might be. A, have you heard about this? And B, what is your take on it?
I have heard about it. I've been a part of those transactions, and I really like it. If we look into the future, customers, what do they want? They want to buy things. They don't want to be sold things. They want to do things quick. Technology allows us to do things quick, and especially with Zoom, or if you can see the customer in some capacity,
sure,
you've got somebody trained on a process that can overcome basic objections. I think it works, and I like it.
Sure. You're talking to a lot of dealers out there right now. What is your one piece of advice that you say, dealers, you got to focus on this in 2024 if you want to continue getting good gross profits in F&I? What would that be?
So my theme for this year, I have a theme every year, is proactivity over reactivity.
Okay.
You have to be proactive in our approach on everything, and we have to double down on training. This year, our mantra is all about coaching and mentorship. We've got to get back to the basics. We got to continuously improve. We have to be willing to be held accountable, and we have to be willing to do what others won't do. So everything this year is about doubling down on your training and development.
Adam Marburger.
That's my question.
That's right. Adam Marburger, F&I coach and president and CEO of Ascent Dealer Services. Thank you so much for your insights today. I know dealers watching are going to get a lot out of it. For those dealers out there that are looking for a phenomenal F&I coach, he's right here, Adam Marburger. We're going to show the information on the screen as to how to get a hold of him. So, Adam, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have an awesome rest of your week, my friend.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks for watching Inside Automotive with Jim Fitzpatrick.